Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 261 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop. Just like our affiliates, James Solar, Sarah Solar, and John Tingley did, as well as our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Vernon Slayton, and Dustin Downs. Jackass. Sean, go watch the last episode if you haven't already. And when you hear me talk about Tilver McVickler, Sean put him in as a affiliate.
An honorary affiliate.
He's in our hearts. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2player-co-op. So, this is not our typical podcast episode. We are pre-recording this, as Sean coined on last episode. We are pre-recording this because my wife's having surgery this Friday. She's going to be out of action for a few days. I'm going to take care of her. Everything's fine. It's elective surgery. Everything's fine. But we're pre-recording this. So we're not doing any news or what we've been playing or anything like that. So just be aware when this goes live. If all of a sudden Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake or something gets announced, we don't know it at this time. We'll be back for a regular episode the next week, but just letting y'all know that. Sean, you have a story about your Sauvignon.
Nice itty-bitty little bottle of wine. A Cabernet Sauvignon. Apparently this is a thing. I've never heard of it before this year. But it's a thing, at least around here. That was weird.
A kid just walked into a recording studio.
It's big around here, and I think it's also, this one in particular, do you ever go to Aldi?
No.
I stepped foot in Aldi for the first time ever for this. Well, not just this. There is this, it's a wine advent calendar. They also have a beer advent calendar. They have like a cheese advent calendar. They've got normal like chocolate ones, whatever. But apparently it's a big thing at Aldi. And
I mean, I would need an IPA advent calendar.
They release it. I mean, they advertise it a little bit in advance. I was one of about 40 people.
40 or 40?
40.
Okay.
Well, it's Collierville. 40.
Yes.
And maybe 3 or 4 of which were men. It's fine. I mean, I was there with my wife. Because people line up before they open to get these. It's like you're there for like a Black Friday deal. Like they're handing out like tickets and stuff for anybody that wants
a PS5?
One. And yeah, so I'd never heard of it. Apparently it's a thing. I'm digging it. Is
this number 1?
This is number 6. So I got this a few weeks ago. I'm like, should I wait until December? If I wait until December 1st.
You got started early.
Well, but I don't want to have to drink a bottle of wine. I mean, it's a small bottle, but like a bottle of wine. This is more than a glass of wine.
I mean,
every night
it's 2, yeah.
From December 1st to Christmas. But I started a few weeks ago, and then I just haven't had any for a while. So now I am to the point where I think I've got 19 more after this. So I almost have to have one. I mean, I don't have to.
You could bring some for the next episode.
I could. But yeah, this one is a Cabernet Sauvignon. It was like $60,
good?
I think. It depends on what you like.
I like Cab.
Then you'll probably like it. The only ones I haven't really liked, I don't like a dry white wine. Red wine, I'm fine if it's dry. I don't like dry white wine. I prefer my whites, semi-sweet. So there were some that were
Spritzer.
Not great. But yeah, it was like $60 for 24 small bottles of wine. It's just a cool Christmas thing. They're all different. But yeah, that's what this is. So that's what I will be imbibing on tonight.
What does Michael say? Not Scotch and Splenda. When he's like at David Wallace's house party.
When he says
down the hatch, whatever.
Oh, over the gums and through the teeth. Look out, stomach. There we go. Or when he's like, yeah, I'm a bit of a wine drinker. I know my wines. This is a white. I mean, this is a red, but in the show he's like, this is a white.
And then at dinner party he says it's kind of got a little bit of
an
oaky
afterbirth.
And Jim's like,
And when he dips his steak into his red wine,
I have soft teeth.
How dare you? You know I have soft teeth. It's not an Office podcast, though.
Good episode. Well, it should be, but there's already one of those.
There's not a Raymond one.
I know. Maybe next year.
Also, I'm classy, so I drink these straight out of the bottle because why not?
I remember back in when we first, long time ago, you would sometimes you'd bring over like a half drinking bottle of like White Zinfandel to the podcast. You'd be like, well, you know what I think about Mega Man.
It'd be even better if I just had it in a paper bag.
Yeah. All right. So, if you couldn't tell by the topic or the title of this episode, we're talking about the Game Awards 2021. The Game Awards.
The Game Awards. Now, I can understand if somebody said the TGAs. It's still wrong, but like, man, I can't wait for TGA.
Give me your PIN number.
Right, exactly. Go to the ATM machine.
Right.
I get it. But don't say the Game Awards.
No,
that's just, oh, God.
So, we love our prediction episodes. We're going to predict, I think...
Are we doing all the categories or just like...
I think so. I didn't see any esports, so if we did, I would have skipped it.
Oh, there were some. There's some on there that are...
Okay, well, I'm going off of what this one website
Okay,
had.
good. That's fine. I mean, we would have skipped those anyway.
I mean, we've got the good ones. So, but first...
Just the good ones.
Before we get into that, we're going to do our actual predictions for non-award related stuff.
Have you been playing anything since Monday night?
Nope.
Me neither.
So, Sean.
Yes.
Do you have 5?
I do.
Okay. I have more than 5 in case you steal some of mine. I will say.
I had 6, so I've got a backup. But
I'm not predicting Metal Gear. I'm not doing it. I would like to. But unless Kojima is actually making it, it ain't showing up at the Game Awards. Keighley and Kojima are BFFs. There is no way that... I mean, who knows? I'm not predicting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're doing those first. Okay.
We'll see what happens. So
you're not predicting that.
What I am predicting, number 1, and we're calling these, of course, like we always do, predictions, hopes, and dreams. This is probably, I would actually call this a prediction, I would say.
Okay.
Speaking of Hideo Kojima, he is there. He will be there. Would you agree?
Yeah. And
he loves
his
Jeff.
Metal Gear Solid 6.
He did the Summer Gaming, whatever it was, thing where he showed Death Stranding Director's Cut. It made me thought it was a Metal Gear game and all that. Kojima's there, and he teases what his next game is. Now, what I don't know is, again, we did the news item this week about them doing the movie studio thing. And they talked about how they're working on multiple projects. I almost kind of feel like whatever they're doing for Xbox is further along, so maybe that's what they show. I don't know if it'll be that or PlayStation, or it'll be agnostic. I don't know. But Kojima is there, and he shows us a glimpse at what his next game will be. The reason I'm confident in that, he's been tweeting, when he's not tweeting about movies, he's been in the mocap studio, he's been doing all this stuff. Remember, like, when he debuted the Death Stranding first trailer, they had just picked the Decima engine like a month ago, and he threw all that together, and then ended up being like in the game. He's had enough time. Like, Death Stranding Director's Cut was not like all hands on deck kind of a project. He's going to show his next game. God, I hope it's PlayStation. But yeah, Kojima will be there. He will tease and show something for his next game.
But not Metal Gear.
No. If he's showing something, well, never mind.
I mean, except you just said he's not going to it's not going to be Metal Gear unless Kojima's there. But your prediction is that he's going to be there, but you're still not saying it's going to be Metal Gear?
I don't think he's actually making Metal Gear. And I don't know if you have anything. I don't know if you have any other predictions, so I'm not going to say what I think about something else.
I don't have any of those.
I think it is possible that what he shows, is whatever Kojima Productions is doing with Silent Hill or Silent Hills. If they somehow actually let him do that and just pick up where he was. And maybe Norman Reedus, when he said we're working on another Death Stranding game, he was like, I don't know what these games are. He really meant Silent Hills. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's Metal Gear.
All right. I'm going to do my first one just as like a throwaway, kind of a cop-out, but Chrono Cross gets revealed.
Okay.
I think it's coming. Everything else from that leak has been true.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do for my predictions. I was going to look up every game on that list and see, like, crap. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But, yeah, Chrono Cross is coming.
Do you think it's a remake or a remaster?
I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. It's not going to be a Final Fantasy VII remake. Maybe more like a Demon Souls remake.
Okay.
Which I think they called... Do they call that a remake?
They did, yeah. I mean, it's just called Demon Souls.
Like, that's more than
it was a remake.
Remaster.
Yes, they changed
like,
the inventory.
I would say Grand Theft Auto, the definitive, that's a remaster.
Those are remasters with a little bit of
This
tweaks.
will be more than that.
Okay.
But not a reimagining like I would consider Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
But a remake a la Demon Souls.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I hope so. I mean, I don't even care that much. I mean, I hope I'm right, but like...
I mean, I don't either, but now I kind of want it to be real, and I want to play it, and I don't know why. So.
Yeah.
All right, this next one, I didn't want to do it.
Half-Life 3.
No, I told you, it ain't coming.
Even so you believe what Topher McViggler said?
Oh, that was what the story was, yes. I don't know if the man himself will be there. But they've been silent for a while now. And I hate that I'm even talking about this. But whatever Abandoned is...
I thought about it, but I'm like, no, I'm done with it.
It's going to get its real reveal here with a real name. And then I thought about not doing this, but I was like, wait, they can still use it because they got the trailer, the PS5 trailer app, the real-time app, whatever. Real-time experience. They can still show the trailer and then go like, and right now live, there's a patch on PS5. You can go get additional content. Maybe you can play the prologue or whatever it was. They've been quiet for long enough other than saying, stop harassing us. Well, I mean, people should not harass you, but you are also like, you put yourself in this situation. Remember, Keeley said he talked to Hassan Karaman. Now, does Hassan walk out and take off a mask and then he's Kojima? I still, at this point, it's been so long. I know all the connections and everything. I'm not going to say it is a Kojima game, but I think we actually see Abandoned here. And I think whatever the ruse is gets revealed. If this is a real company and Hassan's a real dude and this game is actually called, well, no, they said it's not called Abandoned. That's the working title. But we find out more about this game and what the game actually is. And we actually see something from the game that's not just like Silent Hill character walking. That's the other thing. It was a Silent Hill dude in the trailer, in the little teaser they put out. Abandoned is there. We get the real name, the real reveal, and then there's something that goes live in the PS5 app as well.
And it does or does not have anything to do with Hideo?
I still think it does. So both my first two predictions might be one, but yeah, I don't know. John's here. What's up, man?
Yo.
So John, so far, I predicted that Kojima's there and he teases his new game. Sean predicted Chrono Cross is there, either remake or remaster. And then I predicted that Abandoned, God Help Us, is there, and we get the full reveal, and then something happens in the PS5 app that night.
All right.
And I hate myself for it.
On the topic of remakes, Last of Us remake announced.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe not announced, like
Tease
shown.
something.
Yeah, we'll see something.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if they do it kind of like Modern Warfare, where like, do they do a PS5 director's cut kind of thing of Last of Us 2 with Last of Us remake kind of thrown in,
like a director's
versus
cut.
like a standalone? That I don't know. Like,
I
that may
don't
be,
think they will. I don't think they will.
You don't think
I think
so?
it'll be $70 or maybe 50, but like I think
Yeah.
it'll be a full release.
Probably. If they do what they should do, like if that's a true remake, yeah, I think it would be a standalone game. But Last of Us remake announced / shown in some form or fashion.
Interesting. Okay. That is not the path I was going to take, but I like it. I didn't even think about that. My next prediction, hope or dream. This is actually probably a prediction. We get a new trailer for a game we haven't seen in a while. That game being Final Fantasy 16.
Okay, I have that on mine.
Okay. Like actual gameplay.
I said Final Fantasy 16 gameplay / release date.
I said Final Fantasy 16 trailer with lots of gameplay and a holiday 2020 window announcement. Now, I hope it's
Holiday
out before
2020?
2022. I might not say the other two. I think holiday.
You think it's still a full year away?
I hope it's not. But
I mean, it might be.
my thing is Sony is not big on like first party exclusives coming out holiday. So
Yeah.
they rely on their third-party partners. Now, this is a third-party partner that's making an exclusive game that I am so excited for just based on I think the one trailer we got. It was only one, right?
I think so.
So I could see it coming out November like Final Fantasy 15 did as well. John Tingley would like to see the next Sucker Punch project. I think we're a ways off from that. But we'll see. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16. Yeah. Holiday 22 is what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm recycling one from my E3
Nice.
predictions that didn't happen, but I like it enough. It's more that I'm just trying to will it into existence. And I haven't really heard anybody else talk about it, so I really want to get this one right. A brand new Donkey Kong Country game for Switch.
Okay.
I don't know that they would do it at this. That seems like the kind of thing Nintendo would just want to do on their own thing.
2D, 3D.
2D, 3D, yeah.
No, but I mean like a
2D
like side-scrolling
platformer.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it will because I think that is kind of a Nintendo
You can dream, John. Direct kind of a thing.
Yeah. But what the heck?
I feel like they don't care about Donkey Kong.
It sure doesn't seem like it. So yeah, it may just be a throwaway. Yeah, you can announce it at Game Awards. Who cares?
But the other thing, it's weird. It's like we've been hearing about Breath of the Wild 2 now for a few years. 2 or 3 years, whatever it's been. 2 years, I think. We haven't heard anything from Nintendo
about Odyssey 2.
about Odyssey. Like, there was some report I saw this week, or last week, I think it was, that said, like, Miyamoto wants the next Mario game. As you can tell, I'm stuffed up. And I'm like, can't breathe. I'm a mouth breather. Miyamoto wants the next Mario game to like revolutionize Mario or something like that. I'm like, well, okay, so you're not just doing Odyssey 2. And maybe that's why we haven't heard anything, but like
maybe a Mario open world Breath of the Wild.
Oh God,
game.
kill me. No. Just make another side. If we can still get top-down Zelda games, why can't we get side-scrolling Mario games? It's been since New Super Mario U.
I mean,
which was 20.
I mean, they gave us Mario Maker.
True, and that's the game that lives forever. So yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
but I want Nintendo. I want a Nintendo crafted Mario game.
Yeah.
All right, what do I want to do next? I'm going to label this a dream. And this is stupid to even say because there's literally no chance. Well, it's a hope and a dream. I hope that this dream is a reality. So I predict, out of nowhere, we get the reveal for the first time ever, and it's probably still a year or two away, that a sequel to a beloved game is happening. And it jumps from 8-bit to 16-bit. And Shovel Knight 2 is shown. Now, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon is out in the next few weeks or so.
Yeah.
The Dig game is coming, whatever. Neither of those were made by Yacht Club. They were both outsourced. They're publishing it, whatever. What has Yacht Club been doing? King Knight came out a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
A long time ago. Like, they have to be working on Shovel Knight 2. Show it. Just show, even just if it's a logo and it like goes from 8-bit like graphics and then it like to 16-bit, I'm going to lose my freaking mind.
That would be awesome.
Shovel Knight 2. I'm putting it out there. I'm going to will it into existence just like you do Donkey Kong.
See, I'm staying away. I didn't even think about Shovel Knight, but again, I thought about Silk Song, and I'm just like, I don't know. Cuphead? Are we ever going to get Cuphead DLC? Cuphead DLC.
Oh, I should have predicted that it's out right now. Damn it.
Cuphead DLC and Silk Song.
It's been so long, I've forgotten about it.
I'm just like, I don't know if either of these are actually happening. All right, I'm actually going to save the one I removed for last because I gotta use my backup.
What the hell is this meeting? I just got a set. Like, no, I'm not meeting you at 6 a.m. on Wednesday. Anyways,
next Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm not meeting, but like, I'm not. I don't care where you're at in the world. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. to get on a conference call.
I'm gonna say we get
Metroid Prime 4.
See, that's another one I'm staying away from. I'm not
Metroid
touching
Prime.
Metroid Prime 4. I'm not
Prime
touching Breath
1.
of the Wild. I'm not touching Silk Song.
And Shovel Knight 2 would be awesome. You're right. Oh, you're not touching Breath of the Wild 2?
No.
Okay.
That will definitely be saved for a Nintendo thing.
Well, yeah, okay. Give me a minute.
Similar to... Which one was... Oh, it was Final Fantasy. Same thing. Gameplay and release date. Oh, God. Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, there's no way.
Why am I saying this out loud?
Release date...
Window.
Release window. I'll say release window. Gameplay, even though we pretty much already know what it is, and release window, Spider-Man 2.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
I mean, strike while the iron's hot. We got No Way Home coming. Like, they want to show something for Spider-Man.
Insomniac doesn't, like they were saying on Sacred Symbols, they did a predictions episode. Somebody was saying that. I don't remember which of the three it was, but they're like, yeah, does anybody ever sleep at Insomniac? I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Like,
they're called Insomniac.
Yeah.
You got to imagine it's probably still New York City.
Oh, God. I don't want it.
It's going to be the same engine.
I don't want it to just be the same map again.
No, I don't either. But, like, that's where Spider-Man...
I mean, I want to fight Venom, and I want to play as both of them.
It has to be in the city. You're not going to have Spider-Man, like, in space. I mean, unless you do...
But, again, you could do,
San
like...
Francisco or, like...
No.
But I don't think it's as... You got to have skyscrapers everywhere to just, unless you do like Tokyo. Like, I don't know where else you can put Spider-Man, but like, I don't know. I think it's gonna have to be.
But you could do like what, like I think you said at some point, maybe it was E3. like what they did for GTA 4. You don't have to just have Manhattan. You can have the other boroughs, like something.
You could, but Spider-Man doesn't walk. Like, you're not going to jump in a car and drive to, like, Queen. Like,
No, I know, but you still got subways and stuff, and you can
I mean, I
fast travel in
guess.
0.1 seconds on the PS5 SSD.
yeah.
I don't want the same map for 3 games in a row. That'll drive me insane.
Yeah. They have released that game. I mean, there was, like, Spider-Man, whatever it was called, on PS2. Maybe
Spider-Man
a different one
2
on
was the good one.
GameCube. There was one on PS3. Like, they have released that game, basically, like 7 times now. I'm not saying they've all been good, but like they've done it over and over and over and over and over. Is that Spider-Man? Why is Spider-Man out? Spider-Man, not Spider.
Well, that's been there ever since I got my PS5, and I gave you my disc so you could just download it and get the platinum. Then you brought it back. That's why it's covered in dust.
Okay. Yeah, Spider-Man 2. I'll say gameplay and release window.
So for your last one, John Tingley says Metroid Prime Collection. I'll settle for that. I would settle for Metroid Prime 1 on Switch.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't trust Nintendo. Okay, is your last prediction a hope, a dream, or a prediction?
What's the difference between a hope and a dream?
What's the difference? Never mind. Forget the quote. No, if you could dodge a wrench, I don't know what the hell.
No, I think it's more of a.
Is it realistic or not?
It's more realistic than
Okay, then I'll go realistic with my last one.
I will say it's realistic in that it's something we know is coming, but I think we see it. So I would say a prediction.
Okay, this we don't know is coming. I will say. Oh, never mind. I know it. I think I know what you might be doing. A week ago, a certain Sony first-party studio tweeted something that had everybody going, huh? That's weird. And the game just got a really, really big patch for just adding a save and a photo mode. I think Returnal DLC is announced. I don't know that it's available right now. Right now. But I think Returnal's getting DLC. They had this weird tweet a week ago. I think it was November 26th or something. It was just a picture of, like, in the game it said Atropos or Atropos or I don't know how the hell you say it because nobody I don't know what the hell the name of the planet is. It was like question mark, and I was like, that's weird. And then when they did the you can't save in the game, but when you can suspend a run and do photo mode, that was a big patch. Too big just for like you can suspend in photo mode. I think something's going on, and I think it gets shown. I don't know what it will be. I know it won't be enough to make me go back to that effing game, but I think it gets announced.
I don't know that I'll go back. Unless there's a new platinum to be had, I don't think I'm going back.
But you can't, like, I don't know how you could go back to that after being away from that for that long. You'd be starting from scratch.
If it's something
skill-wise
different and not just here's another
a new bio.
area. Yeah, like if it's something different from what we've seen, I could see it making me want to go. Like, I really loved that game, but I'm also glad I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Man, that game stressed me out.
All right, what's your last one, Sean? And then I'll run through my ones I didn't use.
All right, my last one, like I said, it's something that we know is coming. I think it might be too soon, but why not? We see, and I don't know how they show it, I guess I would say maybe some gameplay and more likely a prototype PSVR 2.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Okay.
Because I think it's coming out next Christmas. Next holiday,
Who knows with all these damn chip shortages and stuff.
Oh, I mean, it might be in short supply,
Yeah.
but it will be available.
It would be awesome if Jim Ryan wanders out on the stage going, just wearing it, and we're like, what is happening? Oh my God, he's wearing PSVR 2. That would be freaking awesome. I like it. My ones that I didn't use are, I just don't know what's happening with this game. Factions. At this point, I mean, I don't care Hopefully
No.
it's a big deal for Sony. I'm sick of predicting this, so I didn't say it. Resistance something. Either a trilogy or somehow 4. There's no way they're going to show Resistance. That's not happening. On the Xbox side, Avowed or Fable, I think will be shown. If not, maybe both. We haven't seen... All we saw for Fable, we just said, like, here's the logo.
Yeah.
Avowed,
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, Avowed we haven't seen much since. And I didn't do it either, but what are we doing with Breath of Wild? What I wanted to predict is that they show it here. They show the name. Maybe a window. Maybe, other than just saying we're aiming for 2022. What the hell is that? But they show the name.
If they're aiming for 22,
I know, we're going to be lucky. Yeah.
and they're worried about the name giving away something big in the game, I don't think we're getting a name.
Yeah.
We may have a release window before we have a name.
That's true. But I think there's a chance it could be there. But it's just really like, and then stay tuned for a Nintendo Direct in February or something. I don't know.
I could see him doing something like that. Maybe just like another little teaser, not gameplay, but in-game footage. And then like
Breath of the Wild.
more to come, February, something like that. Like a very little bit, and then stay tuned for
More
the
to
actual
come.
Nintendo thing. Yeah, I could see them doing something like that.
Yeah. All right, that's it for our predictions, hopes, and dreams. Now it's time to get in the predictions for the actual game awards. I've got this in some kind of an order, and this is the order we're going to go with. Speaking of Breath of the Wild 2, let's kick it off with most anticipated game. The nominees are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden East, Breath of the Wild 2, or whatever it's going to be called, and Starfield.
When I glanced at that real quick, I thought that said Seinfeld, but it does not.
Oh, I wish we could. Elden Ring won it last year. I think because of that, it shouldn't even be nominated, especially because it's out in February. And so is Horizon. I'm like, oh, and when we're doing these predictions, we're going to do what we think will win. Now, we can say what we would pick. We're not going to do it for Game of the Year because we're going to leave that up. We're going to leave that into the ether. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Into the ether?
Yeah. We're going to leave it into the ether. But what I think will win, and honestly I think it's kind of obvious, is Starfield.
See,
Because I hate it, but I think it's going to be Starfield.
I'm not, I'm an unabashed Sony fanboy. However, I do believe, well,
My most anticipated
I don't think it'll be Starfield
is Ragnarok
because
of the BS around it.
Yeah. I was thinking it was going to be Elden Ring until you reminded me that it won it last year. I'm like, okay, it's not.
I didn't know
win
that
it
until I was
twice.
reading the article. I couldn't remember, but
I think it will be and should be God of War.
okay.
It's not going to be Breath of the Wild. I think people are just getting sick of it. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if it was. I don't think it should be, but it wouldn't surprise me if it won. But I think it will be and should be God of War.
Okay. I hate Starfield. I hate that I'm predicting it, but it is what it is. Next up, best multiplayer game, which we have so much experience with. The nominees are Back 4 Blood, Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, which I didn't even know that was multiplayer, but
I don't think I did either.
New World, the Amazon game that I don't even know why that's not, like, some people love it and some people say this is like the worst game ever made. I'm surprised it's on that list. And then a game I've never heard of in Valheim. What do you think? I think it's down to 2 in my mind.
My initial gut instinct is It Takes Two.
Yep, me too.
But for some reason, even though it doesn't make any sense, it's the bare minimum of what a multiplayer game can be. It is a 2-player game,
right?
And that's it. So I don't know if that takes away from it. More on it later. It wouldn't surprise me that much if that won Game of the Year. But I think it's going to be either It Takes Two or Back 4 Blood. I think it will be and should be It Takes Two. I'm not going to let just a 2-player game take away from it. But
I agree. I think this game it sold like crazy. I'm happy for Joseph Ferris. You know, the guy was like, "Hey," on the Game Awards.
I can't believe we haven't played it.
Well, I mean, one of us has to buy it.
Well, I know, but I'm surprised one of us hasn't bought it yet to play
This is
it.
true. The only I
The
thought,
good news is I know nothing about it. Like nothing. I know what it looks like, but like
I know a little bit about what the story is, so that might.
I mean,
play
I
into
know
narrative
the
thing.
kind of the
Yeah, okay.
gist, but like nothing's going to be ruined. You know, nothing's
Right.
been. You know,
I think that like Knockout City could be a sleeper here, but it's
I
not
feel
going to
like-
be Back for Blood. And then New World maybe because it's newer, but like I think it's going to be It Takes Two.
yeah.
Next up, best sports or racing game. The nominees are F1 2021, FIFA 22, Horizon
Horizon for Fison.
Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels Unleashed, Riders Republic. Honestly, didn't even know Riders Republic came out. I thought it was still in beta, and maybe it is. I don't know. To me, I'm going Forza Horizon 5.
I think it has to be, and I think
This game has
Xbox Twitter will lose its collective mind if it doesn't.
Oh, they already
win.
did when
Oh,
it
they
didn't
already
get
upset-
nominated
exactly.
for Game of the Year, which I think, like, come on, it's a racing game. It's like
Right.
Overwatch should have never won Game of the Year 5 years ago. It's
Yeah.
stupid. But yeah, Forza Horizon 5, I think we both agree. That's,
Horizon
Before
for
that-
Horizon.
yeah. Before that came out, I actually might have picked Hot Wheels Unleashed. We haven't played it, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about that game, and it makes me kind of
It gives
want
me
to.
like Micro Machine vibe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Next up, we've got the best sim or strategy game. The nominees are Age of Empires 4, Evil Genius 2, Humankind, Inscription, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator is my pick.
I think it. I don't really know much about Humankind or Inscription or Evil Genius for that matter. I love me some Age of Empires, but I feel like that's a game, that's a genre. I don't know. I feel like we've just moved past. I loved Warcraft, StarCraft, Command and Conquer, all those games. I liked Age of Empires 2.
Okay.
That was the one I had. I think I actually had Age of Empires 1 too, but it wasn't very great.
John Tingley said Hot Wheels Unleashed. Nice.
But yeah, I think it's Flight Simulator.
I just think this game, like, when it finally came out, it was like, holy crap. I think the only other game it could be is Age of Empires 4.
Yeah.
I have no thoughts either way. I haven't played any of these games, but just going by word of mouth, I think it's got to be Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
Next up, best family game. Now, when they say best family game, they mean best game that you can play with kids.
Mm-hmm.
The nominees are It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap. I didn't even remember that came out this year.
I totally forgot.
I thought it was last year. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. You're stretching it there.
Yeah.
With an 8-year-old game getting re-released, but whatever. And then WarioWare Get It Together. I really don't know.
So, again, maybe I'm taking it too literally. I think this is the one where I can actually say It Takes Two loses some points.
It's not a family
I wouldn't
game.
consider it a family game.
When you know what that game is about, like the broad,
Yeah.
like about like just the overarching story,
the theme, whatever, yeah.
it is not for kids.
So I
It
think
is
that comes
sad.
out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not Mario 3D World.
No.
I will say it will be Pokemon. I think it should be Mario Party, but will be Pokemon.
I'm going Mario Party. Is what I think it will be. I just don't think of Pokemon as like
I know, but people love it.
you walk around and take pictures. And I guess a kid can do that, so yeah, I guess, but I don't know.
No.
All right. This next category is really sad. Best fighting game. And I had to write this entire name in here so I could say it again after I said it a couple weeks ago. And this stupid game is in my mind forever because of the damn freaking ads they had on GameScoop for like a month straight. Best fighting game. The nominees are, first up, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles.
Nice.
Guilty Gear Strive. Hasn't that been out for years?
It seems like it has been.
Or is there just so many Guilty Gear games that I can't keep track?
That may be it.
Another game I've never heard of, Melty Blood Type Lumina. Arve in different color. Nickelodeon, you know it's a bad year for fighting games when Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl gets nominated.
When SpongeBob versus Hey Arnold,
Patrick,
or whoever is in that.
Not to mention also nominated a super old game in Virtua 5 Ultimate Showdown because it came out again this year.
What did?
What did I say? Virtua 5. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm going to go Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles.
That sounded very Shiba Kamini Somakana. I don't know anything. I mean, I know Virtua Fighter.
Melty Blood. John says Melty Blood wins best name. I will give you that, but it's actually Melty Blood Type Lumina. I'm going Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles. Mark it down.
Something about your Hinokami Chronicles sounds like Somakana.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm going to say Guilty Gear just because
they make awesome fighting games.
Yeah, like Nickelodeon seems to have all the hype right now, but come on.
But I don't. That game sucks. That's what I mean.
You get 2 picks on that one.
Okay. I think it's not a good game. It's like I think the crappy Multiverses is going to be a better game than that, and also it's free. So
yeah.
I cannot breathe. Next up, Best RPG. The first nominee, Cyberpunk 2077. Kiss my ass and the entire industry's ass, CD Projekt Red. Next up, Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise. For me, it's down to 2. Yeah. I will not, by the way, it's nominated for a couple things. I will not pick Cyberpunk for anything. That being said, to me, it's either Scarlet Nexus or Tales of Arise.
Oh, see, I think it's either Shin Megami or Tales of Arise.
Okay.
It could be Scarlet Nexus, but I don't know. To me,
Scarlet Nexus to me isn't as much of like a typical RPG, where Tales of Arise is. I'm going to go.
That helps it or hurts it?
I think it hurts it. I'm going to go Tales of Arise.
That was my gut.
Melty Blood. There's a game named Melty Blood.
I feel like we've picked a lot the same, so I'll go Shin Megami just to be different.
Okay. Next up, Best Action Adventure Game. The nominees are Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is loaded.
Metroid Dread. Psychonauts 2. This might as well be Game of the Year.
Exactly, yeah.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Resident Evil Village. This hurts my brain. We haven't played Guardians yet. I've heard great things. Hopefully I'll get it for Christmas. But the rest, like 3 of these games, I'm just going to say this, are in my top 3 games of the year.
They may be my top 3 also. Easily top 5. Also easily top 4. They may be the top 3.
Yeah.
Golly.
This is when I get in my head of like, okay, people will vote for a game for this category, but not for this. But then also like 1, 2, 3, 4 of these games are nominated for Game of the Year. So if you don't win this, how can you win? You know what I mean?
Right. So I don't think it's Guardians. I think it's too new, even though it, from everything I've heard, it could be.
Yeah.
I think Guardians is out. I've heard a lot about Psychonauts, but I don't think it's going to be that. I feel like
John,
Rift
you have
Apart.
to play Metroid. It is so freaking good.
I feel like Rift Apart, as good as it was, came and went real quick. I feel like it was all people talked about for like 2 or 3 days, and then it kind of faded.
But also, like, this whole action-adventure thing, like... But, I mean, there's no category for action platformer, so I guess you got to throw it in here. But it's like... I don't know. This when I look at Ratchet and Clank, I don't think action-adventure.
Yeah.
I do for Metro... Well, I don't even know. Resident Evil Village, I definitely do. I don't know, man. This is tough.
I'm going to say... My gut tells me Village.
Okay. I'm going to say Dread. I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to say Dread. Because I'm also trying to think, like, does the quote-unquote Nintendo bump in reviews show up at this award show? Okay. That's my garage. Holding out for an OLED Switch. Okay, I get it. Next up, Best Action Game. Nominees are Back 4 Blood, Chivalry 2, Deathloop finally shows up, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. It's not Back 4 Blood. It's not Chivalry 2.
No.
It's not Far Cry 6.
No.
I think it's either Deathloop or Returnal.
I think it... I think it will be Deathloop. I think it should be Returnal. The only thing I will say is this could be Returnal's to kind of steal as backlash for not even getting nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me, but I think it's going to be Deathloop.
I'm going Returnal.
My man.
I think it's like... And we're going to start talking about Returnal a little bit more here, but as far as just like pure action, as much as that game just broke me, and I'm like, I can't play this. I'm not good enough. I can't get past the second boss. It's supposed to be easy. I'm done. I'm done. Whatever. I can recognize how good it is. I can't play it. Next up, Best VR or AR Game. The nominees are Hitman 3, Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, and Sniper Elite VR. To me, this is a slam dunk.
Yes.
There's no other option. It is Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. If it's not, what are we even doing? But yeah, it's got to be Resident Evil.
As I was in the middle of my sentence, I was like, I should have said, I expect you to die. It's just to catch you off guard, and I couldn't catch up. Next up, why are we even doing this? Do you even want to do this one?
I'll say Genshin Impact.
Best mobile game, I was going to say Genshin Impact too. I don't even care what the nominees are. I don't know what any of this crap is.
You spelled League wrong.
I know. I saw it when I was typing the document.
I am. Oh, yeah.
All right, next up, Best Indie Game. 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Inscription, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, and Loop Hero.
This is another one. The only one I've played is Kena.
That should have been the name.
I'm still very interested in Death's Door. And it seems like that got a lot of praise.
It got a lot of love. It won the Golden Joystick Award for Best Indie Game.
I say it will be Death's Door. But because it's the only one I played and I really loved it, I think it should be Kena.
Yeah, I think the exact same thing. I think Kena... The fact that it is an indie game is just astonishing.
Yeah.
It's still going to haunt me forever that I couldn't get the platinum because there's no way I'm
Still
beating that on hard. There's literally no way. I'm not beating that on hard. But we both think it will be Death's Door. It should be Kena Bridge of Spirits. Best ongoing game. God almighty. Apex Legends, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, and Call of Duty Warzone. I hate everything about this.
So do I. I hate that this is even that these games exist. I'm gonna go Final Fantasy. I think Fortnite and Apex have both kind of, I don't know, jumped the shark by this point. Genshin, whatever. Yeah, if it's not that, I think it's Call of Duty. But
yeah, I'm going Call of Duty Warzone. I just saw this. I'm off to bed. Oh, James. God. That's okay, bud. Watch it when you can. I'm going Warzone. I feel like Fortnite has run its course. Obviously, it hasn't because they're still making money.
Yeah.
And they just bought Harmonix to make freaking music for it. Genshin Impact was kind of like, Apex Legends, but Warzone, no matter what you think about Call of Duty, most people that play these kind of games love Warzone. Next up, Games for Impact. I don't know any of these games.
Nope.
Well, let's just
Boyfriend
skip it.
Dungeon.
Let's just skip it. I don't even know.
Life is
I would say
Strange.
Life is Strange, but I don't
Yeah.
care. Okay. Best audio design. Deathloop, Forza Horizon 5, Rift Apart, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal.
I think it's Returnal.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, it is and should be.
Okay. Why is, because I cannot remember, maybe it's been so long since I played it. Why is Village on here? Or even more than that, why is Rift Apart on here?
Rift Apart, I don't think I get. Village, there were so many times when I was just walking around and I was just like, what's that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how 7 was when you're walking around the guest house, wherever
Yeah.
you start, and you're walking and all of a sudden you like kick a can and all of a sudden you're like,
Oh my God, yeah.
what's happening? And you're like looking
Well,
around,
especially, and if you play with your PlayStation headset.
like, oh
and stuff.
God, it's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
But I think Returnal was just so freaking well done. Like
Yeah.
that was the first game that I was really like, when I put my headset
The
on, I was
3D,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Like I can hear them back here and they're growling at me and stuff. So I turn around. Like I think it should be Returnal, and I hope it is Returnal.
Yep.
Best score in music: The Artful Escape, Cyberpunk 2077, disqualified. Deathloop, Guardians of the Galaxy, and also Near Replicant version 1.22474487139. Yes,
Is that literally what it's called?
yes, and I made sure to put it all in there so I could read it.
Knowing nothing about really any of these games, it just seems, based on the movies, it seems like it should be Guardians. So I'm going Guardians.
Damn it. That's what I was also.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people love the game when they play it, but they also love when you're like fighting a boss and then all of a sudden like it's like Rick Astley pops on it. Like, you're just getting Rickrolled while you're fighting this gigantic alien thing. I can't wait to play that game. I'm just too busy right now. Best art direction: The Artful Escape, Deathloop, come on, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
I'm kind of shocked Returnal isn't here.
Yes.
Um,
Deathloop, I don't know. I don't get the art direction thing with Deathloop. I don't get it. It's a first-person shooter with not like super realistic and not super cartoon. Like,
yeah.
I just don't think it jumps out to me for art direction.
I would go here. Psychonauts wouldn't surprise me, but I'm going Rift Apart.
Okay. Rift Apart, I mean, it's like playing a friggin' movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said that for years now, but now we actually are playing a movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the dark horse here. I'm going Kena. I just think that game, the art direction of that game is beautiful. Like the character designs, the rot are so cute. The world, the water, like everything in that game is just beautiful. And I would like to see Kena get some shine.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost at the end. Next up is Best Narrative.
Babe.
Oh, Memphis lost. You got to be kidding me, to Georgia. Well, radio is going to be fun tomorrow. Best Narrative. The nominees are Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, True Colors, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. Wouldn't it be awesome if they made a sequel to It Takes Two?
It Takes Three.
Well, damn it, you killed the joke.
It Takes Two.
I'm going It Takes Two. Not having played it, but knowing what it's kind of knowing what it's about, I should say. I'm going It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Deathloop, I feel like this game is like people that I know that have actually, not that I know, but like that aren't just like the gaming media are like, this game isn't that good. And that it dropped to like $30 a week after it came out. Like,
Really?
It's so weird for me to see it getting all these nominations.
Yeah. I think It Takes Two, but then it just seems like
Life is Strange.
Oscar Beatty, Life is Strange could take it. I'm going It Takes Two also.
I'm going. All right. We're down to the two heavy hitters. Best game direction. Again, Deathloop. Again, It Takes Two. Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Rift Apart from Ratchet and Clank. I don't know why I said from.
This one's tough.
Yep. I know what I'm going. I'm going Returnal.
That was my first thought.
Because it's not, but what's weird is that like it's not nominated for Game of the Year. So how can it be the best directed game if it's not a Game of the Year contender?
Yeah. This is one. It's hard to say who I think it should be, but I think it will be Rift Apart.
What would your pick be? I'm going to go Returnal. I don't know why. It makes no sense, but I just, as much as
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. For direction, I think it should be Returnal. But I do think it'll be Rift Apart.
I could kind of see Deathloop because of what the game is doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like that this game seems like it's just so overrated that I don't know. John Tingley, best art direction, Artful Escape. It was nominated twice. Someone must like the game. Yeah. It was nominated twice. Yeah, I don't even know what it is. This is the problem. Like, you can't, when we're not like, we don't do this for a living. There's no way we could play all these games and know what. I don't even know what they all are. But we're now to the Mac Daddy of them all. Game of the Year. This is not what we're picking is our Game of the Year. We are picking what we think the Game Awards, the Game Awards will pick.
Yeah.
The nominees are again freaking Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. I will say, when we keep seeing all these same games over and over and over again on this was not a great year in gaming.
It was a good year.
It was a fine to good year.
Yeah.
Like, it was like really top heavy for me. Like, my top 3 are like freaking, like, they're probably in my top 50 games of all time. And then after that, I was like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Game of the Year, part of me almost wouldn't be shocked if Deathloop wins nothing else and then but it's Game of the Year.
I feel like Deathloop could win this just because of just because we've been bombarded with
we've been bombarded with the game for 2 freaking years.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Psychonauts, but as of right now, I think we've both got it striking out completely.
Yeah.
I think It Takes Two is kind of the indie darling that they always tend to just kind of put in there, but doesn't ever really seem to win.
That's what I'm thinking too.
So that leaves Dread, Rift Apart, and Village. Again, maybe I've just forgotten, but it does seem like Rift Apart was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then like a week or two later, nobody was talking about it anymore. I think it's Dread or Village. I just don't... I love me some Metroid, but for some reason it seems like Metroid... It's never gotten... Even though it now is finally getting the series the attention it deserves, I just can't see it winning Game of the Year. I think it very well... I won't say what is my Game of the Year, but it very well could or should be Game of the Year. I don't think it will be. I kind of look at this the way that they do the Academy Awards, and whatever wins at the Golden Globes tends to hold true for the Academy Awards. Village won it at Golden Joystick, whatever. Yep. I'm going Village.
Damn it. I am too.
I think
it would not shock me. I don't think it's It Takes Two. I don't think it's.
But I also kind of look at Village as I look at. I mean, well, yeah, but I look at Resident Evil Village. I look at Resident Evil kind of the same way I look at Metroid. Like, there's some people that have always loved it, and it's just never really
when
got.
you're a
And
survival
now both
horror,
of them are just like,
yeah,
those are like the two probably best games of the year.
they're both super niche.
Like either one
genres.
of them that win. Oh, I hope it's one of those two. Like, I'll be very, very happy with.
I would absolutely love
But-
it if Dread won.
Yeah.
I just don't, like you said, I just don't see it. I was actually shocked it even got nominated for Game of the Year. When I saw
That's
that, I was
awesome.
like,
Yeah.
okay, that may not that any of this matters.
No.
You know, you pick your own winners in your head. You play what you want to play. But like the fact that it even got nominated makes me happy because I loved that game so much. As much as those Emmys just pissed me off, getting past them and that game was great. But Resident Evil Village, like, was it April? I think it was April.
Yeah, it was April. God, that was a long time ago.
I mean, it's right up. I think I've said it's either my second or third favorite Resident Evil game ever. It's Resident Evil 2 Remake, and then 7 or 8, and I don't know which way. It's like it's a toss-up for me. And then the RE4 Remake will probably end up being my my favorite Resident Evil of all time and one of my favorite games of all time, I would guess.
I think 7, for some reason, I don't know what it was. Something recently made me, all of a sudden I had Go Tell Aunt Rhodey stuck in my head.
Oh, God.
And then I just went back, just that song, that version of the song, and just the opening, like Resident Evil 7.
It was unlike anything ever.
Yeah, and I don't know that we'll ever see it again unless Silent Hills happens. Who knows? But
Yep.
Resident Evil 7, not the best Resident Evil game ever, but it's something that I don't think will ever be replicated. I don't think Resident Evil 8, other than maybe like the dollhouse, nothing was just as like off-putting and just like fear-inducing as that game was. But I do think Resident Evil Village is the better game. 7 had a lot going for it. But then the highs were real high and some of the lows were pretty low.
Yeah.
I think Village was pretty dang good from start to finish.
Even some of the lows that some people bring up, I personally didn't see as lows with Village. Like the whole the boss fight against what the hell's his name? Oh my God, the guy with the armory and everything, the foundry. What the
I
hell's
hate
his
that
name?
guy. I can't remember his name.
But the boss fight, some people were like, "Oh, okay, here we go. This is where Resident Evil's just like guns." I was like, when I was playing, I was like, "This is stupid, but this is freaking awesome. I love this." The one I didn't like, the one boss I didn't like was the Frogman.
Oh yeah.
When the water drains, I was like, "This isn't fun." Everything else about that game, I love.
Yeah.
If either of those two games win it, I'll be happy. Deathloop, I
would be
even
totally
understand.
happy. Anything but Deathloop. Psychonauts, I'd at least be like, okay, that's different. It Takes Two, indie game, sure, show it some love. Dread, Rift Apart, or Village, I would be totally fine with any of those. But yeah, I think it's Village.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are our predictions for the Game Award, the Game Awards 2021 edition. Episode 261 is in the books. Again, we have pre-recorded this. Oh, John Tingley, it's a shame Outriders wasn't nominated for anything. Kyle Moriarty said
That's
that might be
true,
his game
yeah.
of the year. So, I agree. I mean, I haven't played it, but I agree that it is weird that it didn't get nominated for anything. Especially, like, best multiplayer game. Yeah, actually, that's weird. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
episode 261. Again, we pre-recorded this. So no brand new episode. Whatever am I talking about? It doesn't even matter. We'll be back for normal episodes with the news and all that on the week of the
Something.
13th.
Yes.
But until that time, enjoy the Game Awards. Hopefully our predictions, hopes, and dreams come true, or at least some of them. And until the next time, Sean, going to take us out?
Thank you for playing.